It now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They can't take it to 10. Hey.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Wait, that's 380. Hey, watch the ball. You go tight. You got tight right there. Hey, check it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for his tight end Gates, and it's intercepted. The safety Terrell Edmonds picks it, and he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. It really ratchets up on opening week.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You're trapped. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the ship. Hey.
Brady now to throw. And Philip Dorsett has it in. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Sugar.
Brady gives to Michelle. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Wait, that's 53. Hey, come on, alert. Hey, 72.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brady on the crossing route. That's caught. Julian Edelman. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. An interesting note about the Steelers opening up on the road here. It's the 5th season in a row that they have started away from home. Longest active streak in the league. And, of course, pitting them against the Patriots, 2 of the most storied franchises, especially in the last couple of decades. Since 2002, these 2 teams have met in 3 AFC championship games, with New England getting the better of Pittsburgh all 3 times. And you think of the Lombardi trophies, with New England winning last year. Each of these franchises has 6 trophies, tied for the most in the entire league. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Alert, alert.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Easy, easy.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. The 30. 10. 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. 73 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bud Dupree coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Check, check. First, hey, go 66.
To throw is Brady. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 4.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Michelle. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second and 10. At the 27-yard line.
Easy. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Watch the curl. Hey, seam 6. Mike 51.
Throwing on second down. Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Like 80.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You don't want it. Hey. Mike 51. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Go, Mike 51.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Hey, Delta. That's track. 90 is the mic. Black and good.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
It's a gain of 5.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Let's pick up. Bravo. Let's get off the field.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. He's going to sling this. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. It's a gain of 35. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
Here's out there. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Brady. And he's going to go down again. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Brady. And there's the first NFL catch for N'Keal Harry. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the ground, Michel. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
Here we go.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
First down, Steelers.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game.
90 is a mic. And we got to get 44. Get to the ball. Let's keep relaxing.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Ready? 230.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! New draw quarters. Black and third!
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
A 28-yard gain.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Me and you on deck. On deck. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, box truck, box truck. Check right 54. Right. Hey. On the under. Right there. 54. Right. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 17-yard line.
X3, 218, shot. Alert, alert. Wide, get wide. Hey, high 7, middle. Mike 54. Hey, come on out here, come get some.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Check, 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 check. Shoot, 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 shoot. These two.
They'll try and run forward with counter. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. They'll run here with Connor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need it.
It's a foot race. The 40, 30, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gostkowski the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Roethlisberger now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On first down, it's Samuels. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back...
And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They begin with Michel on the ground. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. Tom Brady needing a fourth quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break that down further, the Pats in those years rarely losing in the fourth quarter like they are now. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. To throw is Brady. Complete to Dorsett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Brady. That's complete to the fullback, James Devlin. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Brady under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bud Dupree, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
It's just me and you, Shadow.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
Now it's Connor. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. 50. Mike, 54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And McDonald here over the middle. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. And just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
They go play action here on first down. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Critical extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Watch the slip. 66. Middle. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
58, let's go.
Here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
50.
Roethlisberger to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On first down, Samuels. Devin McCourty brings him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
At the 39-yard line.
Black 30, Monday, middle.
That QB's trash.
7-7. Hey, dude.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Pats, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will hit the road next.